Hello guys, today we are back with a mock interview series. This is a part 6 of mock interview series, and today I'll be interviewing the candidate who has experience of between 1 to 2 years, and the skill set are Automation Anywhere A360, VBA, SQL Server, XML and HTML. So prior to getting started, I just want you guys to know that if you want to have a mock interview with me, then you can very well go ahead and register, book a slot as per my availability. I'll give the link in the description as well. You can check it out. Let's get started. And just a disclaimer, this is not a real interview, this is a mock interview, but it makes you feel like a real interview. So could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon. Myself, Ashok. I am currently working as a software engineer in MNC. I have total 1.5 years experience in RPA domain. I have worked on a RPA, the 360 tool. In my experience, I have automated 3 to 4 processes, which is involving web application, desktop application, like some PDF automation, and so on, and Excel, and so on. And I am strong in actions like if conditions, like string packages and loop commands, and so on.
Okay. So you have worked on 2 to 3 projects in your
Yes,
career.
2 to 3 processes I have worked in span of 1.5 years.
Okay, fine. Moving on to the questions now. So did you work on V11 and E360, both the versions?
Actually, I worked on A360, but I didn't work on V11. But I know some similar difference between what is the difference between V11 and A360.
Yeah, please explain.
As compared, actually, V11 is a client version. It is not web-based or cloud-based application. When compared to A360, it is a completely web-based and it is a cloud version. Here we need to Yes. In V11, we need to install the client repository in our local machines. Where compared to A360, it is not a no need to install anything. It is completely on web applications, like it will work on cloud. As I found in V11, we can find only little packages and actions. As compared to A60, here we can have much better options and we have so many packages, and it is A360 is friendly in nature to us. And in V11, we can see only the flow list. Here we can see the 3 differences. We can see a list view, dual, and flow of the bot flow chart. We can see these 3 differences we can find, and some more are there, but it is basically these 3 are main important.
Okay.
Yeah.
From development aspect, if you talk about from development aspect, or
Yes.
majorly like you are applying, or maybe
your profile
actually
when you're development
RPA developer roles, right? So from development aspect, what differences do you feel, and are those major? Definitely there are major
V11 we can't drag and drop over. We need to double click on the actions. In packages, we need to double click on the actions. Where in V11, in A360 we can easily drag and drop the actions wherever we need in A360. When we are developing time, we can see this difference, and in development time we can see, right, we can in V11 we can't see like list view or flow view. Here in E360 we can see 3-way list view, and dual also we can see. We can easily identify the flow of the
but these are not the functionality level. I mean, this is just a appearance level differences, but I just want you to talk about some of the features that help in development, like development or improvement of the bot, or scalability of the bot.
But actually, where in V11 we can't create more variables. Like here there we can see only some limited variables around, like arrays, list and string variables. When compared to A60, we can have around 13 variables, like string, number, list view, list variable, boolean variable, around window variable. We can see we can easy to identify the bot, and we can create the record variables, and these are all will useful in A360 version compared to V11.
Yeah. Okay. With that, let's move on to the next question.
Yes.
So can you please explain the bot scheduling that you might have done with respect to your current project or previous project? I just want you to list the scheduling of the bot.
Here we are working up to from development to UAT stage and all. For in my organization, for scheduling a bot and taking us, it is a different team is there. But little I know, I am aware of that bot installations. When we are completing the development with from our end, then we will move to QA. Once QA is done, we can see bot accuracy, and when it is bot is failing, we can fix it in day 1 QA only. Once all is good, we will move to productions. We will see where we will test in production. Once result is expected going on, then we can schedule a bot in unattended mode. This will take care by other team is there for productions in my organization. But I supported in productions where change requests come, any changes need to change. and any a bot is going in some other way as expected is not going, and I fixed this all bugs.
Okay. Okay. So you're not
Yeah.
aware about the process of scheduling. How
Scheduling, yes. For us, here we have a different team to schedule for taking that productions and all.
Yeah, that's
Up to
fine.
development and give it. Yes,
That's
yes.
fine. But do you know how to schedule a bot from a control room?
Yeah, actually, in we can schedule by giving time our daily basis, weekly basis, or monthly basis based on that, and we can fix the time like time zone also
Yeah.
in the bot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can fix this and all. Yeah, and see,
Okay.
not much aware. Like mainly little I am aware of that.
Yeah, I mean that's only the requirement is once you
Yes,
need
yes,
to
yes,
create a
yeah.
schedule basically and
Yes,
just
yes, yes. So
see
then we
whether
can
the
go for
schedule is
weekly
getting
basis, monthly basis.
followed.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
just need to see whether the
Yeah.
schedule is getting followed by the bot or not, whether bot is
Bot
getting
on
triggered or
also.
not.
Yes, once completed, we can get our results. So then we can see whether it is bot run completed or not in the output
Yeah.
sheet. Yeah.
So with that, let's move on to the next question.
Yeah.
So what are the important consideration for production support? You have mentioned in your resume that you did
Yes.
you helped in a production support for the live
Yes, yes.
bot.
Production
So yeah,
support.
what were your important
Actually,
activities during that time?
we need to give one book to production team. Like we will call it as user manual. In user manual, we will include all the points like where bot will start, where it will start, and where it will going, and how the bot is going, and what are the next functions. Everything of bot information we will mention it in user manual, like with screenshots with proper sentences. In that we will include all the exceptions in scope, out scope, and how the result will be there. What are the input we are receiving? What are the output is going? And what bot time we can expect what is the runtime of the bot. Everything will be updated in the user manual. Once the bot is deployed in the mission, we will submit that to user manual to production team, or production team to they can handle after that.
Okay. So you were not directly dealing with the issues of the bots, or
No,
like
no, no.
when you say production support, so what production support did you give?
For example, in production, the bot is in day one QA, it is running properly. When going to production, we can face some issues, or the bot is going on some other way
Okay.
as not expected
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Once the production team come to us, the bot is going like this. Can you rectify? Then we can take the bot into QA and then to dev environment. Then we will fix and we will raise the change request for the once updation is completion. Then we will change request. Then we will deploy into production.
So basically, whatever support is needed in order to make that bot live,
Needed for the yes,
that's where you help the team. Yeah. Okay.
helped us to
Fine. Let's move on to the next question. So I would like you to explain your current project. Can you talk about it end to end? Like what was the issue? Why that process got needed why that process was needed to be automated, and what benefit your team or the client team got out of it. So please explain it in a brief.
I am working in healthcare domain as of now. The manual is the documents. Actually, my process will start from we are having some 4 to 5 process. In that 4 to 5 process, I have handling 5th process. For completion of 5th process, the 4th process need to be automated. My process will come when that 4th process will come. The 5th process will start. In my scenario, we are having we will get one Excel input sheet. In that they are having control numbers like effective date, some transaction numbers and all. Then we will get some documents. Need to promote that promote, and we need to issue the document in my process. I need to log in the application, one of the application, web application. I need to enter the username and credentials. Once it log in, I need to enter the fields like what are all required for that. Then once it is directing, then it will go to one table. The table contains in my Excel sheet documents and table documents. Once document is matched, I need to promote the document. The document may be in some other status. Once the document is promoted, the status should be promoted. Then I need to come to out of that application. Then I need to start another application. In that, I need to promote whatever documents promoted. I need to issue the document. Here, they are doing with so many persons. When we automated this process, it will reduce some 3 to 4 persons workload of the that organization. And it is I found some difficulties over there where it's continuously changing the XPath for the applications. Then I inspected, I got and I built for some common DOM XPaths. Then we will fix that issues. And some pop-ups also we handled through, sometimes it is not able to capture that pop-ups. Then we found that we found that JavaScript is backend, it is changing. Then we found that JavaScript for domains past. Then we rectified that process.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Was there IQ bot involved in this project?
No, this is not in this process. IQ are not involved. I am aware of that IQ and I trained one IQ in my experience.
Okay. Okay.
In this
Let's move
process,
on.
IQ is not there. Completely web and Excel automation.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on to the next question.
Yes. Yeah.
So, when would you use Excel package versus database package? Have you used them
Yes,
both in
yes.
your project?
Yeah, I have used it in both the package. When the data is like less, like 52 below 50 lines, I would like to go Excel, like advanced Excel or normal Excel, any of the one. When the data is used, like we will get some thousands of rows. That time we will go for Excel as a database package. That we can fetch the data in a single actions when we connect to Excel as a database. For updation also, it is easy when we compare to Excel. We need to update, like anything we need to update means we can go by cell to need to update the anything in Excel. When we are compared to when need to update like 10 to 15 rows at a time data with where conditions, we will go Excel as a database package. When huge data is there, that time I will prefer Excel as a database. When only less data, we can go for normal Excel, other Excel advanced. One advantage is when we go for Excel advanced and we need to open the Excel, we need to connect, then we need to loop, and then we need to do the operations. When we go for Excel as a database, without opening the Excel, we can provide the connection string, then we can get Excel as a data, then we can update the data in a Excel by without opening the Excel. Sometimes when we open the Excel, we can get some errors like Excel is not supporting, Excel is not opening. When we go for Excel and Elizabeth, this issue will not face. What I observe.
Okay. This. Okay, but yeah, I mean, but if you want to keep working with the used set of records, maybe you can go with a database, right? Rather than working with the Excel, what you can do is you can dump the data from Excel to a database and start working directly with the database.
Yes, we can do that one also when the data is used, and we can update in after the completion of our validations. We can update in from RAID to our data table. We can update that.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Yeah.
So could you please explain error handling mechanism with respect to your project?
Actually,
how did you?
Whenever I'm starting a bot or whenever I'm starting a task, I will first of all, I will drag out the error handling. All the code should be inside the error handling, because if any error occurs, the bot should not to affect the bot, or it should not stop in the middle of the bot. All the time I will start with error handling. Whenever I will cut some loops, for example, in my scenario, in my project, I am dealing with multiple rows. When, for example, if suppose one data is not one data is not good, means it should not stop the bot. It should go for next record. It should pick the next record. So inside that loop, I will take one more error handling, because if in one transaction I will get error, means the bot should not stop. Then it should go for next transaction. At that time, it is error handling is good. And as a best practices, we can, with the error handling, we can get easy to know what is the error line number, what is the error description. When the error occurs, we can send a screenshot of the. We can take a screenshot of the bot or screenshot of the line where the error is getting, and we can send, if the user need to identify the it should need to identify immediately, we can send the email for that one also, and we can log the file where the error, which line and what is the error description in the bot. This is
so in your current project, how you handle business exception and the runtime exceptions?
Yeah, business exceptions, they will firstly know, we can get in some scenarios, we will get this exception. For that, I will build up a logic, like if error like this comes, we need to go and pick this record. If error not occurred, we need to go for this record like this way. As of that requirement, we build the logic for the bot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you use throw by any chance for throwing custom exceptions?
In my currently process, I didn't use it, because throw I didn't use it in my process. We can throw if the bot is like any error occurred with the line numbers, we can throw that. I didn't use it in my process. Throw. Okay. I just use it error handling.
No worries. Let's move on to the next question.
Yes.
So have you used any of the latest or latest components like document
Yes,
automation or automation copilot or the automation command
in
center?
version, yes, in version 29, we can find like Copilot and SCC. Actually, I didn't use it, but I know how the Copilot work. Like if we, for example, we are working in a U data, for example, row by row it is going. We need to identify where the bot is running. We can communicate with the teams like using Automation Copilot. Then it will assign like so and so transaction completed, so and so transaction is started. Like it is a chart bot. I think we call it as a chart bot to like teams. Where is going, we can identify through teams. I think so, but I didn't use it on that. But I focused. I'm little aware of that.
Yeah, it's not a chatbot. It's basically leveraging the human in the loop concept, where
Yes,
your automation is running, and then your bot is seeking some input from a human user. So that layer you can brought in between, and you can build your flows and bot in such a way that after accepting the input from the human user, the bot will continue to run.
Run the
It's like a human and the bot collaboration.
Human in the bot. Yes.
Yeah. And what about DA? Did you work with document automation?
Document automation, like recent document automation didn't work. When I working with IQBot only, I used it. Recently released version, I didn't work on the because I didn't get a chance to work on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not about the project. Have you tried it out outside of your project, maybe for learning or something like that?
DA didn't tried, not it.
Okay. Let's move on to the next question.
Yes.
So how do you deploy your code from production to UAT or prod systems? Can you explain the process?
Yes. Actually, once the dev is completed, development is completed, we will test the so many data with we can easily identify where the errors are getting. When error are getting, we will identify, and there itself we will rectify the errors. Once the dev is completed, we will raise the request in my organization. We need to raise the request for dev to UAT or production VM. Once it is deployed, then we will exporting that bot to dev, that bot, and we are importing that in dev UAT environment or production environment. Once it is done, we will go for once it is imported, we will go and we will check all our KMR, the mirror mapping, and anything, all dependencies are came. Once it is came in, then we will start testing in UAT environment or QA environment. Once we will find over in most of the time some code is working in dev, some that same code will fail in UAT systems or production systems. Then we will identify the error where it is getting continuously, where we can find out where the bot is failing. Then again we will deploy to dev missions. Once it is rectification is done in our hand in dev environment, then again we will move to UAT system or production system. Once their production system is working as expected, then we will move to final. Actually, UAT will start in my organization. We will testing UAT in QA environment. Once QA is done, we will move to production environment.
No, but how do you move the code from, let's say you've completed your bot in the dev environment, and from dev to UAT, how you will move the code?
We are having for that, we are having some IDs to some systems. Like we are having QA is in another system, dev is one system, production is in systems. We will log into through, we are getting some IDs like SIDs or something. We will once a production is like once dev is completed, we will export that to that system. Then we will import that zip code and we will do that.
So you mean to say you are following the manual approach to go to the control room of dev, export the package, and then import that package in the UAT control room.
UAT control room. Then once if
your team didn't try to automate this, there are automation APIs available for the deployment APIs are already.
We are not yet. I think not yet. They are doing this. Doing manually from deploying these bots from manually, not by automation.
Okay. Let's move on to the next question then.
Yeah.
So could you please explain any 3 features that are available as part of the latest A360 release, which is .30?
Yeah. .30, we can see some 3 to 4 process in that time. Some 3 process I'm aware, like generative AI. We can see generative AI in that version 30. And it will support some multi-user process with approvals, like Center of Excellence. We can find that in version 30, Center of Excellence or generative AI, and generative AI with the document automation DA, what you say earlier, that one. And other than that, I think I am like that 3 only I am aware of that version. I think some 5 they released. For that 3 I am aware of that in version 30.
There are not only 5, there are many. But yeah.
Yeah, I found 5 is important. Like one more thing, like code analysis also we can find in version 30.
That was already there in previous versions. The main thing is like there are templates available. You can create your bot templates and then you can
Yes,
use them. I mean, ready to use for your
templates.
next
Like
bot development.
yes, yes. Like so already skeleton body. Like already,
Yeah,
if the similar process is there, we can use that same to some
and
other bots also.
and then there is a OAuth 2 support. Earlier it was
Both
not
yes,
there.
yes. What to do? Yeah, earlier it is not there. Correct.
Okay. Let's move on to the next question. So could you please explain the code review and code quality check process in your team?
Yeah, code review. Actually, when I'm my senior developer will do the code review. I developed the bot
Mm-hmm.
means once the completed, my senior developer will see what is the logic he used and if he used any delays instead of regular delays or any delays, and he used unnecessary of the variables or unnecessary of the lines code. He will tell like we can reduce the same. We can do, for example, if I did that code in 20 lines, if we can supposed to do in 12 lines means he can tell the logic
Mm-hmm.
we can
Mm-hmm.
reduce the time because of going 8 lines. It is in productions, it will work two more time. So
Mm-hmm.
he will tell the we can go for these logics, and wherever required there only we will put the delays. Instead of we are going for regular delays, we will wait for go for maximum times wait conditions, because the wait will work very efficiency instead of going delays. And we will never use unnecessary of unused variables or unnecessary of like comments and all. Where we required there only we will use that comments and steps for easy to identify the errors or any. Then
Mm-hmm.
we won't go for 150 to 200 lines above for one bot. Like one task, we will complete maximum in 150 to 200 lines. If it will cross, we will task two, and we will use subtasks for that. This my senior developer will do for us to review this code. Once code review is done, we will check whether the quality of the code, whether the accuracy, like when I'm developing, the bot is taking some 2 to 3 minutes for completing the one process. When we will remove this hard-coded delays and everything, it will complete 1.11, like 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. This will done by my senior developers
Okay.
once I completed the
Okay.
development. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And how you plan to take the learnings? Like, do you document the learnings which you get from the code review comments or something like that, so that
Oh,
you do
yes,
not
yes.
repeat
Yeah,
them in the next
again, yes,
development?
yes. Yes, yes. We will get one code review checklist. Once the code review is done by the senior developer, we will receive the code review checklist. How many subtasks? What are all in that subtask? For example, I am having 9 subtasks. In that, how many high? How many low? How many medium? He will classify that subtasks. Once it is done, he will update that. Actually, code review is done and it is working fine. We will get one document once code review is
Okay.
done by
Okay.
senior developer.
Okay. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
Let's move on to the next question. So could you please explain me the difference between a store procedure and a function in SQL Server?
Not much aware about about more on SQL queries. Just I use it for our RPA, what are all like
Mm-hmm.
connection strings and what are all required for like Excel as a data. For that we use it only that much. Only I am aware about it. That I think
Yeah.
I'm not aware of
Okay.
much about this SQL servers and all. Just for RPA development, I learned.
Yeah, I mean, you have mentioned in your resume that you know
Yes, yes,
SQL
SQL,
Server. So
SQL. Yes,
this comes as a basic question in SQL only.
yes, yes. I'm not much aware about of this.
There are different objects in SQL. For example, tables, views, store procedures,
Use
functions.
this
So
store processor functions.
please have a read about it. Apart from CRUD
Yeah,
operations, basic queries, insert, update, delete. You should also know about store procedures and functions as well. Okay.
store processes. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So moving on to the next question. Please explain me the difference between delay and wait in A360.
Actually, we can find some 2 to 3 day differences in delay and wait. Delay is nothing but we can use regular delays, like regular or random delays. For example, I am doing one application. It is taking to open 5 seconds to open the application. That time, some persons will go for delays 5 seconds. Some what I feel wait is better when wait for window, wait for condition. We can see in wait so many options is there. Wait for condition, wait for window
Mm-hmm.
change. So many options. Instead of going for delays is hard coded. Wait is like dynamically it will work. Delay is not much delay is not no need like only where some part we need to use for delays. Maximum times we will go for wait a wait command only, because we can
Mm-hmm.
find so many actions in wait. Delay is not, it is hard coded actually. Wait is like dynamically. This is the main
No,
difference in delay.
delay also you can put dynamically or variabilize them. But the major
But
thing is
suppose, for
weight.
example,
Weight
yes,
depends on the underlying application on which the automation is performed or is dependent on. So you can
depend on,
dynamically wait
yes, for
for that
example,
application to load or perform any action.
performing action. When we are using delays, for example, my application is taking as of now 5 seconds. I will give 5 seconds delay. Sometimes network issues is there. The bot might be failed because it will wait for only 5 seconds. If you go for wait, it will wait for up to in wait itself. We can give some seconds, like 15 seconds. By default, it will take in a wait command. We can increase that like 250. How many seconds we needed? Once the object is appear, the wait will further. It will go. In delays, it will wait only how much we given the delay seconds. It will wait only up to that time.
Yeah.
I found, yeah.
Okay. I think, I'm done with the interview. So
Yeah.
how was your experience regarding this interview?
Yeah, actually, it is wonderful. It is help for us to crack the interviews, and we will get the more confidence. Like if you attend like these mock interviews, and the questions also it is like more reliable, and the questions is like it is I like the questions how you asked and how the you suppose supporting for us the supporting the answers. And actually, this is a good time for this is 40 minutes is good time for to me today, I feel.
No, I'm glad that it helped you.
Yeah.
So
We
thanks
can
for
learn
that.
so many things. We can learn so many things. Like if you attend like this, for example, what are all the new questions are arriving in interviews? We can get to know in like if you attend like this mock interviews.
Yeah, actually, whatever mock interviews I conduct, I try to be specific to the profile. I try to frame questions which are relevant to the profile, and then I come up with those questions. But yeah, I do need to come up with some practical questions as well. Right now, I'm not finding that time. But yeah,
Yes.
maybe in future series or future
Thank
mock
you.
interviews, there
It
would
is
be
helping
some
so many
programming.
peoples.
There will be some activity-based questions where technically they need to perform something on the screen. But yeah,
Scenario-based questions.
Scenario-based questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, do you have any questions from me?
No, as of now. Thank you for your time, Dipender, because it's you are spending almost 40 to 50 minutes for us for taking interview without no cost. It's so much helpful to me and for other also.
Yeah, that 30 to 40 minutes is just for the interview. I mean, there's a lot of other time goes in
yes, for your preparing questions, it
Yeah.
will take so
So
more
yeah, that's
time.
fine. That's fine if that is helping. I mean, it's a small effort from my end, and if
Others,
it is
yes.
helping the
Yes,
community,
thank
then
you.
eventually it will help me. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, coming to the last section,
Yes.
the feedback. Okay. I found you like very prompt in the response, and you were well versed with the concept, and you have shared whatever you have been involved in or whatever you have worked on. Overall, it was a good experience for me as an interviewer, because any interviewer is expecting a candidate to give such answers like in such a way.
Yeah.
And not to bluff around on the concepts which they do not know. If they do not know or haven't worked on, then they straight away they tell, I don't have any experience, or I have not got a chance to work on these things. So that is a honest answer, and which is acceptable. Everybody cannot work on everything. So that is a good thing about you, and your concepts were good. I mean, you're following the right path. Keep learning, and the only advice I would like to give you here is just keep yourself up to date with whatever new things are happening in the RPA space. Not only about Automation Anywhere, that you have to do because you're working on that, but apart from that also, please try to explore things in Gen AI, in RPA plus AI implementations, how the RPA market is growing. Yeah. So that is what that is what my advice would be to you. And rest everything is good. Keep working on it, and all the best for your future career goals, and
thank you.
All the very best.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for the interview.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll appeal to the audience to subscribe to the channel for such videos and press the bell icon. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.